Okay, this is February 22nd, 2022. I'm reading Phreap 11, Phreap Paper Dolls. Let's go. Phreap 11, Patrick Thomas Conley. Okay, this is take 5, and I'm going to try to read the whole thing February 22nd, 2022. I couldn't feel my bleeding flesh as the sheet ripped through my fist. Driven by the raw wind, my small yellow boat jarred and cracked on the waves. Silent thunder pounded the sky open, and Lake Ontario breathed rain. Through all this, I could nae tell up from down, and my young heart jolted as I was engulfed in freezing cold water. I know not how long time was, or where I was, when I found myself no longer breathing water, but air. I was lying on the wood of my boat and the rocks that came through my boat, with the taste of salt water lingering in my mouth. The haze cleared. I saw a lush island not far from the huge barren rocks I was on. I swam to it and was about to rest my sore, stiff legs that felt like they had iron pipes over them, and was about to rest and close my leaden eyes when stones flew at me from the bushes. I ran. A few rocks zinged close to my head, and one smacked into the bones of my knee. But I got away, not only with my life, but also with a glimpse of the horrendous monster that was my attacker. One day, after a couple of weeks of scrounging around for food on the island and living in terror of that wild beast, I noticed the lilting beauty of the island. I was dazzled by the perfumes of flowers and the sun streaming through the trees. I made pictures in the trees, as one does when looking at clouds. I picked out the continents of the world in one tree, and the figure of a woman in another. Through the charming chatter of animal sounds and other forest melodies, I thought I heard a woman's voice pleasantly singing. She sang to me. She said her name was Roshanlin, and that her gowns were the color of the leaves of the trees. At last, there was the key to this island. My head filled with questions. Where was I? But before I could ask or say a word, she scowled, and then she shouted, "Where's Len, whom I love more than anyone?" Then she angrily answered her question. "Len, of the rocky side of the island. He is probably in the company of that fanatic, that zealot, that imbecile, Anthony Norman of the Flatlands. He's probably working with him on crazy ideas, or taking seriously his non-stop babbling. Anthony Norman," she went on, "was not even a leader or original, but a follower who defended his sheepiness with trash statements like, 'Leaders are followers, and followers are leaders, for followers lead by deciding who shall lead them, and leaders are no leaders without followers leading them to be leaders.'" She stopped her lecture to press her point, and in the silence I weakly blurted out that I was injured, lost, and hungry. Finally, she looked upon my destitute state with some interest, but then she barked. "Why do you roam these forests? Only the wild beasts and I are allowed to be here. The island is restricted. You have a lot to learn. taking no pity on me or seeing my humble condition. In future times, Roshannon was to do me great ill service by introducing me to another world, one with that pest, Joe Charlie Smith, with Molly Dingham, Calhoun Fred Feebly, and Butter Jones, the staff of Phreap magazine, of course. Long was the time that it took me to find out the nature of this place, who the inhabitants were, and what they were up to. But then, longer than I waited, will you have to wait. Wait for future Phreaps to find out the nature of these things. In the meantime, you will have to content yourself with buying and playing with these Phreap paper dolls and the garments they sometimes wear. Patrick Thomas Conley, 1994, 1995. It's March 14th, 2022, take 6. Okay,